Hello, and welcome to Pittsburgh City Council's Standing Committees meeting for Wednesday, May 13th, 2020. My name is Kim Clark-Baskin, and I am the Assistant City Clerk. With us today, we have our sign language interpreter, Logan Showalter. The following is a list of legislation up for preliminary approval by Pittsburgh City Council. Finance and Law Committee, Mr. Lavelle is the chair. We have Bill number 314. Resolution further amending Resolution number 863 of 2018, effective January 1 of 2019, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2019 Capital Budget and the 2019 Community Development Block Grant Program, and the 2019 through 2024 Capital Improvement Program by increasing various Community Development Block Grant Program line items to reflect the allocation of CDBG COVID-19 funding and authorizing a subsequent agreement on behalf of the residents of the City of Pittsburgh. Bill number 315, resolution authorizing the mayor and the city solicitor to enter into a professional services agreement with Hawk, McKeon, and Snisak, LLP, for legal services in connection with PUC matters in an amount not to exceed $50,000. Bill number 326, resolution establishing the Greater Pittsburgh COVID-19 Racial Equity Task Force. Public Safety Services Committee, Mr. O'Connor is the chair. We have a deferred paper, Bill number 145. Ordinance amending Ordinance number 36 of 2019, amending and supplementing the Pittsburgh Code, Title 6, Conduct, Article 3, Dogs, Cats, and Other Animals by repealing Chapter 639, Crocodilian Species and Red-eared Sliders, prohibiting the keeping, sale, exchange, adoption, exchange, or transfer of such animals in the City of Pittsburgh. Public Works Committee, Mr. Coghill is the chair. We have Bill number 311. Resolution providing for use of an agreement and or contract with ACOM Technical Services, Inc., Controllers Contract in order to assist the city with traffic support services and providing for the payment cost not to exceed $31,656.71. Bill number 312, resolution authorizing the mayor of the City of Pittsburgh and the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure to apply for a grant from the Redevelopment Authority of Allegheny County's Gaming Economic Development Tourism Fund, excuse me, in the amount of $443,659 to provide funding for Shadyside streetscape improvements, and if awarded, enter into an agreement with RAC. The grant application includes local match funding in the amount of $192,000. Intergovernmental Affairs Committee, Ms. Gross is the chair. We have Bill number 141. Resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for the 2926 Smallman Street Land Development Project. located at 2920 and 2930 Smallman Street. Bill number 192, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for the villas at Winter Park at Hackstown Street Extension. That concludes the reading of the legislation. Thank you and have a great day.
Good morning and welcome to the Standing Committee meeting for Wednesday, May 13th, 2020. We do have a meeting announcement. Council will continue to meet virtually on Tuesdays and Wednesdays until further notice. All meetings will stream live on the city's YouTube channel. Our first order of business is public comment. For those speakers that have registered and are waiting in the queue, please give your name and neighborhood for the record. Each speaker will have 3 minutes. I believe we do have one speaker for today, Ms. Dixie Timmons. Is Ms. Timmons on the line?
Yes, I am.
Please give your name and neighborhood, and then your 3 minutes will begin.
Thank you. Dixie Timmons. I live in the Oakland Shady Side area. I have always trusted the liberal media, but Michael Drohan of the Merton Center Editorial Collective warns that believing that the liberal media always presents the unadulterated truth is dangerous. The present Democratic, this is all part of Michael Drohan's words, the present Democratic presidential debates and electioneering illustrate a danger to democracy from the liberal media. Chris Matthews from Hardball on MSNBC, after Sanders' victory in the Nevada primary, compared it to the fall of France by the Nazis in 1940 and likened Sanders to Adolf Hitler. Although he apologized later for this extraordinary outburst of anger at Sanders recognizing the good outcomes of Cuba's revolution, and there were good outcomes, it was clear where his heart in politics were. Matthews represents the most extreme reaction to a truly progressive agenda, but he has many like-minded companions in the liberal media. They have succeeded in instilling fear of socialism in the people, and it looks as if they will collude with the Democratic Party machine to assure that Sanders will not be the general election candidate. On March 6th, the New York Times entered the Sanders bashing stakes, recounting his works as mayor of Burlington in 1998 to establish a sister city agreement between Yaroslavl, Russia, and Burlington. Sanders was no doubt trying to tap down the hostility between the then Soviet Union and the United States during the Glasnost program introduced by Mikhail Gorbachev. But one has to ask, why this article now? Simple, to make sure democracy does not run amok and let Bernie Sanders become president. And it's done. There are other examples Mr. Drohan gives, but I will stop right there. I thank you for listening to me, and I hope to see you in person sometime soon. Bye.
Thank you very much. I do not believe we have any further speakers. Therefore, we will now move on to our standing committee meeting agenda. And will the clerk please take the roll?
Reverend Burgess, Mr. Coghill, Ms. Gross, Mr. Brown,
Here.
Mr. O'Connor,
Here.
Mrs. Kel-Smith, Ms. Strasburger,
Here.
Mr. Wilson,
Here.
Mr. Lavelle Chair.
Here.
5 members present.
We do have Reverend Ricky Burgess with us as well.
6 members present.
Thank you. That'll take us to our first committee for the day, Finance and Law, chaired by myself. We have a new paper, Bill 314.
Bill 314, resolution further amending resolution number 863, adopting and approving the 2019 capital budget, the 2019 CDBG program, and the 2019 through 2024 capital improvement program by increasing various community development block grant program line items to reflect the allocation of CDBG COVID-19 funding and authorizing a subsequent agreement on behalf of the residents of the city.
Thank you. Need a motion?
Motion to approve.
Need a second?
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion?
No, thank you.
None that I see from members. Seeing no discussion, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The bill is recommended. That takes us to Bill 315.
Bill 315, resolution authorizing the mayor and the city solicitor to enter into a professional services agreement with Hawk, Nakia, and Siskat for legal services in connection with PUC matters in an amount not to exceed $50,000.
Need a motion?
Motion to approve.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Bill is recommended. That takes us to Bill 326.
Bill 326, resolution establishing the Greater Pittsburgh COVID-19 Racial Equity Task Force.
Need a
Motion
motion?
to approve.
Second.
Discussion, Reverend Burgess.
I'll be very brief. We have, Councilman Lavelle and I have earlier forwarded legislation working with the mayor's office to create a commission on racial equity. But the COVID-19 virus is affecting disproportionately African Americans, and we need, there's a group of professionals from the University of Pittsburgh, from the primary care, City of Pittsburgh, Allegheny County. We believe that in this emergency, we need to come together and put the best minds together to figure out strategies and practices where we can limit the exposure of COVID in the African American communities and help them with their economic recovery after this. And so this is our vehicle, working with the administration and with all public officials to do that. And so that's why we afford this legislation. We ask that we would approve it because we want to implement this very quickly. We still have to do the overall commission, but the COVID epidemic is in front of us. And the more we organize and get all on the same page, I think the more impact we can have. I think the example of it is that we kind of advocated for community testing, and Allegheny Health Network in my district has a mobile unit on Tuesdays and Thursdays outside Armour-Ilry for testing that's free to the public. And so we've seen that by working together, we get impact and successes for our community.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Oh, sorry, Mr.
Aye.
Chair, you probably can't see me.
Councilwoman Gross.
Councilwoman Gross, I apologize. I didn't know, I should have just spoken up. So I just wanted to applaud you both on this legislation and the efforts, especially to start with testing without waiting for the task force, because we know that this is, it's part of what we don't know is how deeply the virus has spread in communities that haven't had testing, right? And especially we've seen that communities of color are especially hard hit in other cities, and we've had under testing. We know that. And we know that we haven't had enough testing in Allegheny County and certainly in the city of Pittsburgh. So I'm grateful to see that. We also know from our discussions last year with the Gender Equity Commission report that came out that inequality and inequity is intersectional. So we saw very highlighted in the Gender Equity report that it was Black women who were disproportionately behind the rest of, and suffering greater inequity than the rest of the city. So we have been working as well with the Gender Equity Commission to look at disparities and inequities due to the corona crisis as well. So that policy recommendations are kind of moving through the commission. So I just ask that we also reach out to coordinate with your task force.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All right, I'm gonna monitor all the hands. All right, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? The bill is recommended. That'll move us on to invoices. We need a motion for approval of the invoices.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The invoices are approved. We also have P cards for approval today, so we need a motion for approval of P cards.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion on the P cards? Seeing none, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? P cards are approved. That'll take us to Public Safety Services Committee chaired by Mr. O'Connor. We have one deferred paper, which I believe we're going to hold for another 4 weeks. Bill 145.
Bill 145, ordinance, amendment ordinance number 36, amending and supplementing the Pittsburgh Code Title 6, Conduct Article 3, Dog, Cats, and Other Animals by repealing Chapter 639 in its entirety and adding a new Chapter 639, prohibiting and keeping, sale, exchange, adoption, exchange, or transfer of such animals in the city.
Motion to hold 4 weeks.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Bill is held 4 weeks. That moves us on to bills under Public Works Committee, chaired by Mr. Coghill. New papers, Bill 311.
Bill 311, resolution providing for the use of an agreement with AECom Technical Services, Inc. in order to assist the city with traffic support services and provide for the payment at a cost not to exceed $31,656.71.
Need a motion?
Motion to approve?
Need a
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Bill is approved. That'll take us to Bill 312.
Bill 312, resolution authorizing the mayor and the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure to apply for a grant from the Redevelopment Authority of Allegheny County's Gaming Economic Development Tourism Fund in the amount of $443,659 to provide funding for Shady Side streetscape improvements. And if awarded, enter into a grant agreement with RAAC. The grant application includes local matching funds in the amount of $192,000. In the event the grant is awarded, this resolution provides for an agreement and expenditures not to exceed $635,659 for chargeable and payable from the City of Pittsburgh capital account and a grant account to be established upon award.
Motion to approve?
Need a motion? Mr. Coghill? Need to,
Yeah, motion to approve.
Second.
any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, bill is recommended. That'll move us on to our Intergovernmental Affairs Committee chaired by Councilman Gross. We do have the first, Bill 141.
Bill 141, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewer facilities plan for the 2926 Smallman Street Land Development Project located at 2920 and 2930 Smallman Street.
Motion to hold 2 weeks.
Said 2 weeks?
2, thank you.
Okay. It's been seconded. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Bill is held for 2 weeks. That'll take us to our last bill, which I believe is being held for 4 weeks, Bill 192.
Bill 192, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewer facilities plan for the villas at Winter Park and Hackstown Street Extension.
Motion to hold 4 weeks.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Thanks,
opposed?
Councilwoman.
Bill is held 4 weeks. That exhausts our agenda, takes us to our meeting announcement. We do have two meeting announcements. Council will hold a public hearing next Wednesday, May 20th at 1:30 p.m. here on the Zoom platform for Bill 248 as it relates to the zoning of sustainable development for city-owned facilities. To register for comment by phone for this hearing or any of council's regular standing committee meetings, please call the clerk's office at 412-255-2138. Hearing speaker registration will close at 12 noon the day of the hearing. Are there any other comments from members? Seeing none, we need a motion to excuse the absent member, approve the minutes, and adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, everybody. Be safe.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.